Hi, welcome to today's healing. I'm Kristen, and if you're joining me today, that means that you are ready to make a change in yourself and the world around you. We are going to be talking about the fifth dimension and holding space. And I have a tuning fork that vibrates at 528 hertz, and that is said to be the vibrational level of the fifth dimension. I am going to do it now so you have an idea of what it is. It's a beautiful sound. Now, the fifth dimension is when you step out of the fourth dimension, which is the time-space continuum, and you move more into like the levels of love. And this is something I've discussed in the Power versus Force series, but we'll be opening up to the level 5, fifth dimension. And at the end of this video, we are going to do the tuning fork. We are going to do Om, which is said to be the sound of the universe. And we will be holding space for those that you would like to hold space for, with the intention of healing for all. So let's get into the fifth dimension. You might feel a feeling of anxiety as you move to a higher level. This could be where you're stepping through the portal or the doorway to the higher dimension, and the lower vibrations and the higher vibrations are kind of rubbing together in opposition as you're moving to that higher level. And the ego is active because it wants to still create the drama or live in the drama and trauma of the old and even what you're experiencing now. So some people need anxiety medication. And I'm just saying that if you're feeling the anxiety, this could be what it is for you. Now, the key characteristics of the fifth dimension are unity and love. A fundamental shift from a perception of separation to that of interconnectedness and universal love. Consciousness. A level of being or awareness rather than a place. You're moving out of the space-time continuum and moving more into your higher levels of consciousness within your mind. Inner harmony. A transformation from fear, anger, and suffering to a life of peace and collective awareness. And this too is dealing with putting the ego in the back seat. Non-duality. Operating from a place of unity where there is no right or wrong, only being. We can have the perceptions of right or wrong, and I've stated this in another podcast, where there really is no right or wrong. It is the perception of the person. And, a serial killer can think, oh, I am right in doing this. This is what I want to do, and this is right for me. Even though societal views would state, this is completely wrong. So what is right for one person is maybe not right for another. And this is where you need to learn to step out of this wrongness or rightness from somebody else and not take it personally, because ultimately it is the other person's issue. And I'm sure it would be difficult to move out of, the place where a serial killer is actively pursuing you, and I am sorry for that. But I'm just saying that what is right for one person might be wrong for another. So there is no right or wrong, simply perceptions of views. Empowered perspective. Doesn't this sound delightful? Choosing positive, high frequency responses over negative reactions. This goes back to not taking things personally and working through the ego's issues. And how to experience the fifth dimension. Practice mindfulness. Cultivate awareness of your emotional responses and choose empowering interpretations of the events. And this is what I was just speaking about with the ego and other people's right and wrong. They say take the higher road, but also don't be manipulated. Embrace compassion. I love this one. Focus on self-love, forgiveness, and compassion for others. Now, some people think sympathy is compassion, but sympathy and compassion are not the same. Sympathy is when you feel sorry for someone, and compassion is when you can put yourself in someone else's shoes and help them from a more assertive actions. Live in unity. I love these. These are so positive and they give me a warm, fuzzy feeling. Living in unity. Shift your focus from individual need to the well-being of the collective. So you're kind of moving out of self with the big S and small s, and moving into self with the big S, which is the collective consciousness. This is your higher level of consciousness. Process emotions, and this is what I have been talking about with the ego and not taking things personally. Learn to process your emotions rather than getting stuck in narratives of fear. This is where you work with the ego and shadow self to work through these issues. Once you've made the transition and stepped through that door, you are aware and there is no turning back. When you are aware, you are responsible. And this goes with everybody. And somebody may not be aware of something, but once they become aware and the realization hits them, then they are responsible for that awareness. And there's just no turning back. You can fight it all you want, but the authenticity is going to hit you to live that more authentic life. And it's just very difficult. It could take you a while to transition to this, but you are aware and you are responsible and you are continually working toward that goal of the higher level of consciousness. You still live in the fourth dimension of the time-space continuum, but now aware of vibrating at a higher level. It is automatic to live with more authenticity and the want and need to work at a higher level for the collective. It's a beautiful space to be in. So let's get into holding some space, shall we? You can do this with me if you'd like. We'll do a couple of them. Ready? I'm going to do the tuning fork. Shall we do another one? Okay, now we've worked with energy during power versus force, and we're going to work with energy now, with holding space and moving into that higher consciousness. So go ahead and close your eyes if you so choose to do this with us. And now, just hold this space. You should be feeling that higher level of consciousness, a slight pressure in your head. And think about those around you who need help, who need a safe space. All of those that are living in discord, all of those dealing with all of the political issues and their fears, all of those being harmed by the political discourse, anyone who might be ill or know someone who is ill, who is afraid. Just hold that space. Feel the pressure in your head as you move to the higher level of the fifth dimension, moving through the portal, the doorway, and just hold that space and breathe. You should be moving through the doorway, moving through that portal, feeling your anxiety feelings being smoothed out, where all there is the consciousness of the fifth dimension, holding space around you, moving into that trance-like state of consciousness at a higher level. Feeling compassion, unity, love, mindfulness. Feeling the vibrations of the fifth dimension. And breathe. Letting out the breath of anxiousness and fear. Breathing in the darkness and transform it and breathe out light. Breathe in. Breathe out. And holding space. Okay. Now start coming back into your body. And you can do this at any time. Okay, moving back, moving back. Okay, you can open your eyes. I'm still feeling it. But I appreciate you joining me today in the fifth dimension and hearing about it. Maybe you've already known about it, but you were with us today to help hold the space for all of us and everyone around us. Okay, I will see you again next time. And remember to go out there and change the world. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.